CTV News at 5 with Marina Moore and Tony Rima with weather.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Police in Sudbury have arrested 2 people following an assault downtown last night. A 42-year-old woman was taken to hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries after being attacked with a baseball bat at Energy Court encampment. A 17-year-old has been charged with aggravated assault. A second person was also charged with obstruction and accessory after the fact in connection to the incident. Police in Timmins have closed Honor Beach and Road for an evidence search in the area. This comes after the beach was closed last week for a search by police. The road was closed today and we're told it will remain closed tomorrow. People are being asked to steer clear of the area while the investigation is underway. Time now for our first check on weather, and it's been a windy one out there, so is there a system setting in? For more details, we go to CTV's Tony Rima.
Thanks for that, Marina. Yes, a system is crossing our broadcast region. In fact, there is a weather alert to tell you about a severe thunderstorm warning in through the Temagami area, along with western Quebec, so high winds, possible hail, and it's going to be kind of erratic, to say the least. In through our broadcast region, pockets of activity, especially in through Timmins. Your first weather brought to you by CAA. Get your membership by going to getcaa.ca. We start to get some clearing in through this evening. Then after that, it's not going to be all that bad, but some sporadic shower activity. More weather details later in the show. Marina.
All right, thank you for that, Tony. Erratic driving helped police in Sudbury recover a stolen car yesterday. Police received reports of a speeding car making U-turns and cutting other drivers off in the city's downtown area around 11:30 yesterday morning. Around the same time, police received a report of a vehicle stolen from outside a business at Notre Dame and Kathleen, which matched the description of the speeding vehicle. Police located the vehicle abandoned on Bruce Street and found the driver just after 1 p.m. A 30-year-old man faces 12 charges, including drug possession, theft, and driving while under suspension. OPP in Temiskaming Shores took one person into custody last night after a man was seen carrying a gun. Police received reports of a person at a local establishment carrying a gun in the waistband of his pants. Police say they were able to seize the gun and arrest the 31-year-old Hamilton man without incident. He faces 6 different firearms charges, including carrying a concealed weapon. Police in Sudbury have arrested 12 people and laid close to 200 criminal charges in relation to 100 shoplifting incidents this year. The 12 people were charged between June and August after police say they were able to identify several individuals who were repeatedly targeting businesses in Greater Sudbury. Police are encouraging businesses to continue reporting retail theft incidents online and to provide any available evidence such as surveillance footage and suspect descriptions. Union members held an information picket in front of Extendicare York in Sudbury today to draw attention to what it calls stalled negotiations. CTV's Angela Gemmel reports.
Who's got the power?
We got the power!
What kind of power?
Union power!
It's a highly visible information picket in front of their place of employment.
To put more pressure onto the government and onto the employer to bargain appropriately.
Members of CUPE Local 1182 work at Extendicare York, a private 288-bed long-term care home in Sudbury. The previous contract expired more than 7 months ago.
Workers are dedicated to their job and to the people that they serve and work for, and they deserve respect. They deserve to have a process that is not drawn out. They deserve to be respected.
In an email to CTV News, Extendicare says it values the work of its team members and is fully committed to negotiations, saying leadership at Extendicare York continues to support our team members in delivering the high-quality care that our residents and families count on every day. CUPE 1182 is one of 8 locals across Ontario participating in central table bargaining with Extendicare. The group wants to see an increase in wages comparable to those at not-for-profits.
We still don't get paid as much as some of the other places like the hospital and Pioneer Manor, the municipal home in Sudbury. We don't get paid as much as they do. So we do have issues that way.
Critics say profits for the provider have come at the expense of workers.
They care for people just as much in a not-for-profit than they do in a for-profit. But the number one goal of a for-profit long-term care is to make money for the shareholders. The number one goal for a not-for-profit is to provide high-quality care.
The Ministry of Long-Term Care says it does not own or operate long-term care homes and is not a party to labor negotiations. Despite having worked without a contract since the end of last year, no new dates for bargaining have been scheduled. Angela Gemmell, CTV News, Sudbury.
Time now for a quick break. Coming up on CTV News at 5, Tony has your full weather forecast. For now, let's take a live look at conditions in Sudbury, where you can see there are plenty of clouds in the sky, but there's also been some sunshine to enjoy. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everyone. Now your main weather, and we are going to start with our weather alerts again. Severe thunderstorm warning in place in through western Quebec, along with areas near Latchford, Lady Evelyn Lake, that area, the provincial park nearby. That is supposed to continue for the next few hours as the system moves through our broadcast region. And as we take a look at our current temperatures, it should be about 22, 23 degrees as a normal daytime high across the northeast. And take a look at that. It's not all that bad. A little cooler in through Timmins as that rain starts to enter the broadcast region, and kind of unsettled to say the least, especially overnight over the next few days. Sun, cloud, and a chance of shower activity. And the overnight lows, well, they're not all that bad. It's still almost double digits. Here's your 5-day weather forecast, starting with Sudbury Nickelbell tomorrow. Hey, guess what? Sun, cloud, and a chance of rain coming in at 23 degrees. That's spot on temperature-wise for this time of year. Much the same in through Thursday. Friday, a little bit more rain. And then Saturday, Sunday, at this point, it's going to cool off ever so slightly, and a chance of precipitation. Moving on now to Sault Ste. Marie, Algoma. Beautiful Wednesday in store, mainly sunny, 23. That's great. However, Thursday, increasing cloud cover, a chance of rain, more showers in through Friday, Saturday, Sunday, a few more sunny breaks. However, just a tad cooler. Heading on over in through Timmins, Cochrane, and Kapuskasing. Sun, cloud, and a 40% chance of rain. More showers expected into Thursday. Friday, some sunny breaks. The temperature ticks up ever so slightly. And Saturday, Sunday, it's going to be cooler and a greater chance of rain. Take a look at that. Ugh. As we move now to Timiskaming Shores, Kirkland Lake, sun, cloud, and shower activity expected, 22 degrees. That's spot on temperature-wise this time of year. And through Thursday and Friday, some sunshine, some cloud, rain, and in through Saturday and Sunday, you know, it's starting to cool off ever so slightly, and more rain on the way. Finally, your 5-day weather forecast for North Bay, West Nipissing, sun, cloud, and a chance of some rain, 24 degrees, so slightly above normal. Temperatures aren't all that bad, especially when the sun comes out. It might be a little bit humid, but other than that, in through Saturday and Sunday, plenty of rain. Marina, it's back over to you.
Thanks for that, Tony. A new study by the Federation of Northern Ontario Mayors and Stakeholders is putting a spotlight on the workforce challenges facing municipalities across northeastern Ontario. We get more from CTV's Lydia Chubak.
The survey was launched at the Phenom Conference in Timmins in May. 61 municipal representatives responded, most from communities with fewer than 5,000 people. The study was prompted by concerns that municipalities are finding it difficult to fill positions critical to delivering local services.
It's becoming increasingly more difficult to recruit people to positions within communities.
94% of respondents reported challenges attracting qualified candidates. They indicated that senior management, public works, and finance were the hardest positions to fill.
It's always been real easy to replace people in. More and more municipalities are having a hard time.
The pressure isn't limited to smaller communities. The survey found mining and other public sector employers are among the biggest sources of competition.
We especially feel it in areas where we find ourselves competing with industry, and so especially positions in the trades, our public works, our heavy equipment operators, mechanics, electricians.
3/4 of municipalities have increased salaries or adjusted pay scales to stay competitive. But Plourde says that comes with consequences.
Those services become more expensive to us, and so the cost is really to the taxpayer, and it just becomes more expensive to offer those services.
The report calls for better training and certification opportunities, salary benchmarking, recruitment resources, and succession planning. Below says municipalities may also need to look at how they're funded to compete for workers.
As long as we're running our municipalities using only the tax base and based only on property taxes, we're always going to have this challenge.
FNOM says it will use the findings to continue discussions with the province on solutions to the growing municipal labour shortage. Lydia Chubak, CTV News, Timmins.
Coming up on CTV News at 5, a sneak peek at Cinefest. Plus, a second-year medical student in Sudbury receives a prestigious award by the Canadian Medical Hall of Fame. The Canadian Medical Hall of Fame has awarded 15 students across the country who demonstrate outstanding potential as future leaders and innovators of healthcare in Canada. And one is in Sudbury. CTV's Madison Merrier caught up with him today.
Mohammed Al-Zaran is a second-year Nawsum University student. He's being recognized nationally for his efforts in ensuring Northerners have equal access to health care.
This is great to have a bit of a platform to show light on some of the stuff that we're kind of dealing with in Northern Ontario. And again, these are my future plans, just to keep on giving back and just remembering what the community has already given me and my family, and hopefully that will be my drive to the future.
Al-Zaran and his family came to Sudbury as Syrian refugees when he was 17 years old. And he says Capriel opened its arms to his family and he wants to make the community proud.
I could never imagine that I would be receiving this award so early on in my clinical practice, only 2 years into med school. And again, I also feel at the same time, I feel like there's a lot of responsibility that comes with winning such an award, just because you get a nice platform that you can use now on, like to shed attention to different stuff that you're interested about and you're passionate about.
During his education, Al-Zaran co-organized the Syrian Canadian Blood Donation Day and helped lead the Northern Ontario PPE campaign during the COVID-19 pandemic. But beyond his volunteerism, he has also been previously recognized for a research project with a doctor from Sault Ste. Marie.
We found there is stigma, but we also found some encouraging stats, which contact actually helps reduce the stigma for the care providers. So the more contact the physicians and the nurses spent with mentally ill patients, and more frequently they've seen these types of patients, the lower the stigma levels that they reported after.
Al-Zaran says he plans to finish up his education and residency at Nawsum University while gaining local experience to one day become a physician up here in the north. Madison Merrier, CTV News, Sudbury.
A long-standing competition and gala to raise essential funds for medical equipment at the North Bay Regional Health Centre teed off today in Calendar. CTV's Eric Tashner hit the links to bring us this story.
With the swing of a club, over 150 golfers teed off, like they do every year, in a golf tournament and gala, raising money to boost local health care.
When you support our hospital, you're supporting the health care of each and every person in our community, your friends, your family, your loved ones.
Co-founded 29 years ago by former Ontario Premier Mike Harris and the late Peter Minogue, the founder of Osprey Links Golf Course.
It's kind of special for me. And helps me remember Peter Minogue and all that he's contributed.
The tournament raises close to $100,000 each year. Title sponsor Faraco Canada contributed $10,000.
My wife works in diagnostic imaging at the North Bay Regional Health Centre as well, so it goes towards something that she's near and dear to.
The hospital foundation will use the money to purchase an additional ultrasound machine and make upgrades to X-ray and fluoroscopy. A $3.8 million project.
What that means is reduced wait times. Also, it helps us attract medical professionals like radiologists who will be employed as part of reading these scans.
The tournament and gala comes at a time when hospital staff continue to see patients coming in for care with more complex conditions at a younger age.
things like cancer and diabetes, starting in people's 30s and 40s, not 60s and 70s. And so those are some of the things that our hospital staff work through each and every day.
The hospital can match a $1 million donation from FDC Foundation if it raises $500,000 before New Year's Eve. This is in addition to FDC Foundation's initial $500,000 gift towards the project.
Healthcare is a combination of some of your own money, a lot of federal government, provincial government money, and fundraising, and so we're doing our part.
With generous golfers giving back to their hospital. Eric Tashner, CTV News, Calendar.
Sudbury's International Film Festival Cinefest is just a month away, and part of the lineup has now been released. Last year's winner for a female-led feature film, Melanie Charbonneau, returns to Cinefest with a new movie, Les Furies. This Canadian feature follows an upstart underground roller derby team seeking revenge for the lost ice time of their community's local women's hockey team. There's also Star Suckers, which was shot in Sudbury. It follows an influencer couple whose retreat weekend for their top fans turns into a psychological warfare. And the closing gala for this year's festival will be The Only Living Pickpocket in New York. The film stars acclaimed actor John Turturro as an aging pickpocket trying to survive using his trade in a digitized world. You can get a sneak peek of these and many other films on Cinefest's website. The festival runs from September 19th to the 27th. When we return, Special Olympians get a warm welcome home in Sudbury, and it's Take Me Home Tuesday. You're watching First at 5.
Welcome to another edition of Take Me Home Tuesday as we look to find loving homes for dogs and cats. Emma Bailey of the Sudbury SPCA joins us as usual. Welcome.
Oh, thank you for having us.
So tell us about this young gal.
This sweet girl is Clover. She's about 5.5 and she's looking for a forever home. She's looking for a home without dogs, but we think she would do good with a slow introduction to some other cats. And she is on a special diet with our veterinarian, so we're hoping for a family that already has a veterinary connection or is ready to make that dedication for her.
I just have to mention, as you're petting her, the fur is flying, isn't it?
Yeah, she's definitely shedding, which is something to be mindful. She'll love her pets and her grooming, so something to keep up with when she's in her home. And the more you brush her and the less that she's shedding in your home.
So as I'm petting her right now, she seems a little lean.
She's a very lean, she's a smaller cat for sure in stature, and she's on a diet, so they're keeping up with her weight and her health and everything, so any concerns we'll be sure to address, but she's doing well so far.
You mentioned that you think she's going to do well with other cats. What about children?
We think they'd be really good. She's been very social, very sweet and affectionate, so as long as they can give her the space when she needs it, I think she would love some kids to play with.
And she seems very curious too, which is always a great characteristic in a cat.
Absolutely. She'll just come home. She'll take probably a couple days to get used to the space and used to the smells and sights, and then I think she'll just open up and just be a wonderful house cat for you and the family.
So the SPCA named her Clover. She looks like a Smoky to me.
She does. We get quite a few Smokies in, and Clover was just a sweet name. I think she came in with the name too, so she really loves you, Tony.
She does. And I'm just a cat person, as most people know. Around her eyes, she has slightly different coloring. What's that from?
Sometimes they do scratch around their eyes just from stress, and moving in and out of homes is a little stressful for her, so we think it should clear up once she's settled and a little more calm in the home, but it's nothing to be too concerned about.
Emma, thanks for bringing Clover in. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having us.
That was Emma Bailey and, of course, Clover from the Sudbury SPCA. And to see more of our Take Me Home Tuesday segments, head to our website, CTV News Northern Ontario.ca.
Our first community close-up comes to us from Blind River, where regular contributor Larry Kirtley is sharing a couple of photos of an osprey. He says he captured these shots along Highway 17, and in one of them, the osprey can be seen feasting on a fish. Larry says the bird has better luck than most fishermen, as he never misses. How true is that? Unless, of course, if you ask these Elliott Lake residents who seem to have had a successful day on the water. Stephanie Stuckey says this is a photo of a couple of seniors having some fun at the Elliott Lake boardwalk and boat launch. Looks like a great place to reel in a nice catch. Well done. And for those who don't like fish, how about peanuts? Matthew Clément and Sault Ste. Marie is sharing this photo of Chippy coming up to keep him company during his morning coffee. He looks like he's happy to hang out as long as you keep the snacks coming. Thanks for sharing. And if you have any pictures, videos, or events you'd like us to showcase, email them to us at communitycloseup@bellmedia.ca. Don't forget to include your name, location, and a short description. And finally for us tonight, Special Olympians are returning to Northern Ontario with some extra heavy luggage. It was a warm welcome as athletes touched down at the Sudbury Airport yesterday, bringing with them a combined 5 medals from the national competition in Medicine Hat, Alberta.
We had a team of 5 athletes that went. We had 1 in powerlifting, 1 in 10-pin bowling, 2 in bocce, and 1 in swimming. There's only 2 athletes that did not get medals, but the whole process of getting to nationals on its own is a merit, right? So they did all awesome.
It was good, lots of training, lots of time in the gym, but it was worth the time in the gym.
It's different, very different than being around family. I was nervous at first, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, it was fun.
More like meeting new friends and stuff, sharing stories, all that.
My dad taught some training for me to do there to advance my game for next year.
There were more than 40 Special Olympians from Northern Ontario competing in Alberta last week. Congratulations to all of the athletes. Well done. And there's more news for the North coming up at 6. For now, continue watching as we hand things over to CTV National News.